All right, I'm gonna re-record this video of me doing the eye. Apologize to you guys, my period 1, 2, for sending you away and not having a video there. I must have just put up the wrong video, or maybe I never pressed record when I did it earlier. So here we go. So my first tip or suggestion is to have the elephant photo opened up on your computer when you do the eye, because if you open the Google Doc, you can zoom into the eye and basically make it larger so you can see it better in order to see all the areas that you need to tackle.
Ms.
Right?
Boban.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to blend this circle that we did together. I'm gonna blend that down, and I'm gonna get rid of these guidelines that I had also. I'm gonna blend those back down, and I'm going to take my Vine charcoal and I'm going to darken up this area just a little bit. I know that looks really dark, but now I'm gonna blend it back down. I just want that area just a tad bit darker, just like that. Now the eye is on the side of the elephant's face. So we wanna make sure that we draw it slightly on an angle. Here's a picture of the eye just a little bit closer. We want to make sure we draw it slightly on the angle. So what I like to start with is, you can see, look closely, you can see a circle that represents the elephant's actual eye. There's a really light circle in there. Then you have the shape of the whole eye around the circle. And it's really important how you draw this. You want to draw this sort of on an angle, so where one side looks a little bit different than the other, just like this. All right, so this is tilted on the side, or it's kind of on a diagonal. It's not straightforward because we want it to look like the eye is on the side of the elephant's face, rather than the way that we look, and where our eyes are right on top of our face, or, you know, on the top of our face. So after I do that, I'm going to fill in this shape, because in the picture, this shape is completely black. All right. So kind of start off by making it look similar to this. Your shape might be a little bit different than mine. And then I'm going to lightly shade in the circle that I made. Just like that. Now, if we look really close at the eye, we can see a small, tiny dot inside of the eye that represents the pupil. Right? Now we have shadows above and below the eye, or not really shadows, but we have dark areas to show the elephant's eyelid. The elephant has a really big eyelid up top. So we want to kind of draw this shape. What I see is a shape that looks similar to this above the eye. And then there's like a half moon shape happening under the eye. So right in this area. And if you look really closely at the eye, in between this shape and the eye, there's just a little sliver of a lighter area there. So once you have these two shapes done, go ahead and start to fill them in with almost a black, but mostly a dark gray. All right. And because we're working in such a small area, I'm going to take my blending stick and blend some of this black down just in case I had any areas that were still maybe white, or I had medium gray shining through, I guess. Right? Doesn't look like much yet, but it's gonna get there. I think I made this too big. So I'm actually gonna take some of this away. There we go. That's looking a little better. And you guys can take your eraser and you can erase above that shape that we just made on the eye, because that part, that top part of that eyelid is a bit lighter. Just a little bit. Okay. Now what you want to do, after you have these two shapes done, now you just need to focus on what's happening with the wrinkles. So I'm going to start below the eye, and there's some kind of curves happening in here that I'm going to add down. And I just want to kind of pick out the main wrinkles that I see and focus on those first. There are some darker values in here that you can add in gently. But establish those main wrinkles first. And then start to add the smaller ones that you see. And like I said earlier today, you don't need to do all the wrinkles. You don't have to put all the wrinkles in the exact spot they are on the face, or, you know, wherever they are. Just kind of fill them in however you see fit. We don't have to replicate it, the wrinkles 100%, just because there's so many of them. All right, now I'm going to start to do the ones above this part of the eye. Make sure your wrinkles are wrinkly. Then we have this larger curve here. All right, I'm gonna be done recording pretty soon. The last part I want to show you guys is, and I know you can't see it in my picture because I have this red line going through it, but right to the left of the eye, there's a value that kind of comes down, almost like his eye was slashed or something a little bit. So I like to add that area here and then continue with adding the rest of the wrinkles. All right, and last tip before I stop recording. You guys are all looking at this really close up, okay? So you're probably feeling like, it doesn't really look that good. Trust me. Hold it really far away from you. Go set it up across the room and look at it from across the room. I bet you it looks 10 times better. All right? So good luck, guys. I'll get this posted soon.